السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. In today's Suhoor reminder, I wanted to share with you and myself, of course, first and foremost, the virtues of the last 10 nights of Ramadan. The virtues of the last 10 nights of Ramadan. As we all know that when it comes to Ramadan, Ramadan is the month that, according to one hadith, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed all His scriptures in the month of Ramadan. And of course, in this month are the last 10 nights that are the most significant and pivotal point for the Muslims in terms of their ibadah, and the most beloved nights to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all the year. And within these nights is the most virtuous night of the entire year, which is the night of Laylatul Qadr, or the night of Qadr, the night of power, in which the Quran was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr, that it's better than 1,000 shuhur, 1,000 months, which comes out to around 83.3 years. But it's not 1,000 months. It's actually khayrun min alfi shahr. It is better than 1,000 months. And according to hadith, some of the scholars, they said, some of the Sahaba, they asked the Prophet ﷺ when the Prophet told them about a man who worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 80 consecutive years because he had a longer lifespan. The Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, how can we do this? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us Laylatul Qadr, in which we have the ability to maybe surpass that person who worshipped Allah for 80 years by trying to catch Laylatul Qadr every year for 10, 20, 30, 50 years in our life, and beat that man by many, many, many times more. In it, all of the ibadah is multiplied and magnified. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever prays the night during Laylatul Qadr out of hope, out of faith, out of iman, and hope for reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then all their previous sins are going to be forgiven. And the Prophet ﷺ himself used to work very hard in the last 10 nights. He used to pray all night, and he would wake up his family to pray as well. And he would basically devote his entire night to prayer and dua, salah and dua. Now, what to do in Laylatul Qadr? Of course, the Prophet ﷺ was asked by Aisha that what dua should I make, and the Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma innaka afuwan tuhibbul afwa fa'afu anni. O Allah, you are the one, you are of such awesome and constant pardon. You love to pardon, so forgive me. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who pardons. He loves to pardon, so we ask Him to pardon us. So let that be the theme of the entire last 10 nights of Ramadan. Salah, Quran, seeking knowledge, making dhikr, making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, I know that people will have the question, and I had that question, with regards to i'tikaf in the month of Ramadan, especially this year. So of course the masajid are closed and there is no i'tikaf by the people. Now, according to the majority of the scholars, the majority of the madhahib, there is the men are only allowed to do i'tikaf in the masjid. And according to the majority of the madhahib, the women are also only allowed to do i'tikaf in the masjid. Only the Hanafi madhab allows for women to do i'tikaf at home. This year, we will not be able to do i'tikaf in the masjid. However, there's nothing to prevent us from doing what we would do in i'tikaf at home. And the only thing is that, since number one, if we have the sincere intention of making i'tikaf but we're not able to, then Allah will give us the reward of i'tikaf anyways. And number two, is that we can do everything that we would do in i'tikaf at home, but we don't have the same restrictions as i'tikaf since we're not actually doing i'tikaf. There's also mentioned that one year the Prophet ﷺ could not do i'tikaf in the month of Ramadan, so he did it in Shawwal. So some of the scholars have said, like, in today's time, they have said that if you have the intention to make i'tikaf, you cannot make it now, but you can make it once the masajid do open up. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant me the tawfiq to get the best out of these last 10 nights, and to grant you all the tawfiq and all the Muslims the tawfiq to get the best out of the last 10 nights of Ramadan. And this is our suhoor reminder for tonight. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.